6:15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Lavani Vijayatunga. First, we take a look at the headlines. The President emphasizes the target on agri-based development in the country. The President's program, Dialogue with the Village, was held in Ampara. Several areas in Giriula and Pujapitiya have been isolated. 525 corona cases have been identified by this morning. South Africa pays attention to provide tax concession for tea exports. And in news overseas, US Democrats plan to introduce an article of impeachment. Those were the headlines, and now we move on to the details of the local news. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has emphasized that it is the objective of the present government to create a development based on agricultural economy. He said plans are underway at a village level in this regard. He also stated that most measures will be improving the agricultural sector while increasing the facilities for farmers. He made these remarks while participating in a program on the Dialogue with the Village. President People's special meeting on Dialogue with the Village was held today at Uhana, Lahugala village in Ampara. Army Commander General Shavendra Silva has announced that more areas have been isolated with immediate effect in a bid to prevent the transmission of novel coronavirus. Accordingly, several areas in Giriula and Pujapitiya have been isolated. The National Operational Centre to Prevent the Spread of COVID-19 says that 525 infected cases have been identified by this morning. Most of the cases have been reported from the Colombo district. Accordingly, 192 from Colombo, 94 from Kampaha, 56 from Vavuniya districts have been reported. The overall infected persons reported from the country now stands at 47,304. Out of this number, 40,316 have already recovered. Another 3 COVID-related deaths were reported from the country. Therefore, the overall death toll stands at 225. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Prisons, Chandana Ekanayaka, says that another 22 infected persons have been reported from the prisons. The overall prison cluster has increased to 4,250. 876 cases were reported from the Walikada prison. This is the news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Save your card with the balance transfer facility from People's Bank. More details at peoplesbank.lk.
And we continue with more local news. A cultural centre was opened at Polpitigama by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa today. The construction of the centre was carried out under the Saubhagya Dakma Development Programme. The expenditure for the project is 25 million rupees. A new cardiology unit will be opened at the Negombo District Hospital with a contribution from the Negombo Police. The unit includes 16 beds. Minister Sarath Veerasekara said, together with Sudarshan Fernandopulle, will be participating in the opening. The government of South Africa has expressed its willingness to provide tax concession for tea exports of Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankan High Commissioner for South Africa, Robina P. Marcus, said that the attention has been paid to the request made by Sri Lanka to reduce the tax for 3 years. A business promotion meeting was held online between the two countries. She also said that business activities between the two nations are being carried out successfully. And to conclude the local news, the headlines once again. The President emphasizes the target on agri-based development in the country. The President's program Dialogue with the Village was held in Ampara. Several areas in Giriula and Pujapitiya have been isolated. 525 corona cases have been identified by this morning. South Africa pays attention to provide tax concession for Sri Lankan tea exports. And that was the local news.
Save your card with the balance transfer facility from People's Bank. Transfer the balance of another credit card to a People's Bank credit card with the lowest interest rate. More details at www.peoplesbank.lk.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vedha Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedha Mahatmya.
The main news story for this evening, the head of the National Operations Centre to prevent the spread of COVID-19, Army Commander General Shavendra Silva, says that the government has paid attention on commencing tourism systematically. He said more than 2 million people are engaged in this industry. During the past period, they did not get any income. Therefore, the government is expected to re-begin the industry with technology. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And in Washington this evening, the residents say that the fish conservation and Kadolana insurance project in Bentota is not functional. It has been revealed that 6 million rupees has been spent on this project. They request the relevant authorities to recommence this project. And that came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
The headlines of the world news. US Democrats plan to introduce an article of impeachment. Fire at India hospital ward kills 10 newborn babies. Spain sees exceptional snowfall. Those were the headlines, and now more to the details of the world news. US Democrats plan to introduce an article of impeachment against President Donald Trump for his role in Wednesday's invasion of the US Capitol. US Speaker Nancy Pelosi said she would move forward with the impeachment if Mr. Trump did not resign immediately. The charge of incitement of insurrection is set to be introduced by the House of Democrats on Monday. They accuse Mr. Trump of encouraging a riot in Congress in which 5 people died. President-elect Joe Biden said impeachment was for Congress to decide, but said that he thought for a long time President Trump was not fit to hold the job. 10 newborn babies have been killed in a fire in a hospital in India as members of staff rushed to evacuate the ward in the early hours of today. 7 infants were rescued from the blaze before firefighters arrived at Bandara District Hospital in the western state of Maharashtra. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi described the incident as heart-wrenching tragedy. The cause of the fire is not yet known and an investigation is underway. Rescue efforts were hampered by continuous blasts inside the ward, local media reported. Storm Filomena has blanketed part of Spain in heavy snow with half of the country on red alert for a day more. Madrid, one of the worst affected area, is set to see up to 20 centimeters of snow within the next 24 hours. The city's airport was closed along with a number of roads. Last evening, a number of vehicles became stranded on a motorway near the capital. Firefighters were called to assist the drivers who got stuck. In some areas, the military was called in to clear up the roads. And to conclude the world news, the headlines once again. US Democrats plan to introduce an article of impeachment. Fire at India hospital ward kills 10 newborn babies. Spain sees exceptional snowfall. And that was the world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In development news, a program to provide rice at concessionary price for the members of the army has begun. The government said that the concession will also be given for dairy milk-related products for them. Measures will be taken to provide these to their houses after ordering online. With that, we move on to sports news. At the end of the third day of the third test match played between visiting Indian team and Australia in Sydney, Australia has scored 103 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in their second innings. Australia was all out for 338 8 in their first innings, and India was all out for 244 runs in their first innings. Ranjan Madhugalla is acting as a match referee for the Test series of England in Sri Lanka, which will be held on the 14th at Galle International Grounds. Currently, he serves as the chief of the panel of ICC match referees. That was the sports news, and upon business news, commencing perishable cargo exports, the first consignment of edible fish was shipped from Mattala Rajapaksa International Airport yesterday to Ukraine. SkyUp Airlines PQ555 onward flight to Ukraine carried a 68.58 kilograms of fish and seafood consignment comprising edible tuna, prawns and mullets from MRIA yesterday. That was the business news, and economic news follows.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And in economic news, treasury bills valued at 40 billion rupees will be issued. The relevant auction will be held on the 12th of this month. The biddings will be called from the primary dealers on government securities. Treasury bills could be purchased through the licensed commercial banks or primary dealers. That was economic news, and the weather report to conclude.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
When will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And finally, the weather report. The Met Department says showery weather over the island is expected to enhance to some extent due to the low-level atmospheric disturbance in the southeast of Sri Lanka during the next few days. Showers or thunder showers will occur at times in the northern, eastern, north-central, central and over, together with the northwestern provinces and in the Hambantota district. Heavy showers over 100 millimeters can be expected at some places. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places elsewhere, particularly in the evening or night. Fairly heavy showers about 75 millimeters can be expected at some places. And before we conclude this bulletin of news, let's get back to the headlines. Once again, the President emphasizes the target on agri-based development in the country. The President's program, Dialogue with the Village, was held in Ampara. Several areas in Giriul and Puja Pitia have been isolated. 525 corona cases have been identified by this morning. South Africa pays attention to provide tax concession for tea exports. And in news overseas, US Democrats plan to introduce an article of impeachment.